nationwide. That wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You are listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Midday Mate with Kimberly An. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
We're stepping into May, a month that's filled with promise and possibility. May brings with it longer days, blooming flowers, and a sense of renewal. May is actually spring, but it's almost summer weather these days, right? Whether you're planning outdoor adventures, reflecting on important moments in history, or just soaking in the natural beauty, May invites us to celebrate life in a way that feels both grounding and inspiring. So today, let's dive into what makes May so special and how we can make the most of it. It's Thursday, May 1st, 2025, and this is Midday Mate. Let's get started!
I could barely see the traffic lights bleed red to yellow in the starry night. The river mirror back the London eye, pure nostalgia. Feeling like a dream in a rented dress. I'm a supernova flying out my mama's nest. Little nervous, I was pulling out the silver threads for the power. I was screaming all the words, shouting lyrics at the sunroof of my car, singing, hey there Delilah, I don't need someone to love. I'm a million miles from anyone, but that's where I belong. With the city speeding past me, I've never felt so free beneath the sky. They say we're born to die, but I was born to be alive. I was born to be alive. Never been a sucker for a Valentine. I'm a holy with my head held high, and the wind is drying over all the tears I've cried like a lifeline. Used to worry crazy what the future held, but life ain't gonna take me till I trust myself. So with two hands on the wheel, think of nothing else but my power. I was screaming all the words, shouting lyrics out the sunroof of my car, singing, hey there Delilah, I don't need someone to love. I'm a million miles from anyone, but that's where I belong. With the city speeding past me, I've never felt so free beneath the sky. They say we're born to die, but I was born to be alive. 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 I was born to be alive.
And that was Born to Be Alive by Bee and Her Business. This is an upbeat, energetic song that celebrates self-expression and living life to the fullest. The lyrics convey a message of confidence, embracing who you are and enjoying the present moment. With the catchy melody and empowering theme, it encourages listeners to feel alive, unapologetic, and true to themselves, making it an anthem for embracing freedom and individuality. Hello, hello, everyone. We are live in the studio in Busan on this Thursday afternoon. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwon, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the awesome show of Midday Mate. And now, coming up on the show for today in hour number 1, we have Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. And for today, we're going to be talking about May, the month that we just started today. May, a moment when the past breathes through the bloom of spring. Very poetic there, isn't it? But yes, after Listomania, we'll have Back to the News. Old headlines, new perspectives, a light and breezy trip through the news of the past, and Claire will be in the studio shortly for that. And then in hour number 2, we'll have today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And after today's quote, we'll have bite-sized banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day, featuring Andrew. And after that, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And then, since today is Thursday, my favorite segment of Living Like a Local. New culture? No problem. We've got tips to help you live like a local here in Korea. And now, for our question of the day, our text topic, it is... What's a new challenge you'd like to take for this month of May? What's a new challenge you'd like to take on this May? 5월에 가장 하고 싶은 새로운 도전은 무엇인가요? So it has to be a new 도전. 새로운 도전, a new goal that you have for this month of May. And maybe you're sitting there and listening, you're like, I don't have any, goal for the month of May. Well, think about one. And here at Midday Mate, since we are all family and friends, we can encourage each other until the end of May to make sure that goal is successful. So again, what's a new challenge you'd like to take on this May? Send in your answers, text in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101, which is only a 100won. Or reach us through KakaoTalk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us as a Kakao friend and message us for free. And we also do have our awesome smartphone app. Search the same thing, BEFM in English or 부산영어방송 in any of your app stores. You can download our app, listen to our programs, and also leave us lovely comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with Listomania after this song. Here is A Woman to You by Nas.
Close my curtains. I don't wanna look outside when I'm hiding in these dark times, grayish and evil colors, blurry. I can't tell you how happy you make me. In these dark times you make gray pretty color. You make me tease and you look at me, run a bath and put me to bed. Not for a second do I feel like a child. I am a woman to you, no matter how wild it gets. How wild it gets. I avoid my mirror. I don't wanna see myself when I cried rivers. In these dark times you like to swim Not for a second do I feel like a child. I am a woman, do you? No matter how hard it gets. You pay good kisses, the taste of salt my skin never misses. Wipe on my way as you pull me way closer. You never make me feel bad when I feel really sad. When I can't help not helping me. You make me think that you look at me. Run a bath and put me to bed. Not for a second do I feel like a child. I am a woman, do you? No matter how wild it gets. How wild it gets. How wild it gets.
That was A Woman to You by Nas, and now it's time for Listomania, a daily topic adventure with a list of things that will keep you entertained. Now, today's topic, we're going to be talking about the month of May. May, a moment when the past breathes through the bloom of spring. May is a month with deep cultural and historical significance, dating back to ancient traditions of celebrating the arrival of spring and renewal. In ancient Rome, May 1st was celebrated as May Day, a festival dedicated to Flora, the goddess of flowers. It marked the start of spring, a time when nature came alive with new growth. Flowers bloomed and animals returned to their active routines. This celebration of life and renewal was central to the Romans' appreciation of nature's cycles. This tradition continued through medieval Europe, where May 1st became not only a celebration of nature, but also an important agricultural marker, emphasizing the hard work that went into planting and cultivating crops after the long winter months. However, over the centuries, May Day has taken on a new meaning. In the late 19th century, May 1st became linked to labor movements. Workers, particularly in industrialized cities, began to use this day to demand better working conditions, higher wages, and shorter workdays. It became a day of solidarity for workers advocating for better working conditions and workers' rights. Today, May 1st is celebrated as Labor Day in many countries, a day to honor the contributions of workers and their ongoing fight for equality and fairness in the workplace. The history of this day highlights the importance of workers' rights and the continuous struggle to improve labor conditions around the world. In the United States, Memorial Day, which falls on the last Monday of May, serves as a time to remember those who lost their lives in military service. It is a day of reflection, honoring the sacrifices made for freedom and for peace. Memorial Day is not just about remembering the fallen, but also about celebrating the ideals of freedom and justice that they fought for. It reminds us of the responsibility we have to protect and preserve the values that define our society. Memorial Day invites us to pause and pay tribute to those who gave their lives in service to the country. And many people honor this day by visiting cemeteries, participating in parades, and spending time with loved ones, all while reflecting on the meaning of sacrifice. Beyond these important observances, May is also a time to enjoy the outdoors and reconnect with nature. As spring reaches its peak, it's the perfect opportunity to engage in outdoor activities like hiking, biking, or even gardening. Spending time outside has numerous benefits for our physical and mental well-being, reducing stress, increasing physical activity, and improving mood. With the warmer weather, it's easier to enjoy the sun, which also helps our bodies produce vitamin D, vital for bone health and overall energy. Whether it's taking a walk in the park, exploring local trails, or even just, sitting outside with a good book, May offers the perfect environment to spend time in nature and recharge. May is also filled with vibrant cultural festivals around the world. From flower festivals to local celebrations, this month brings communities together to celebrate the abundance and beauty of springtime. Whether it's a parade, a street fair, or a community gathering, May is a time when many regions hold events that celebrate the season, local customs, and the cultural richness of the area. These festivals offer not only entertainment but also a sense of belonging as people come together to share their traditions and celebrate their heritage. In some parts of the world, May is even dedicated to celebrating the arts with performances, exhibitions, and creative events taking place in honor for cultural expression. As the season changes, May offers us an opportunity for personal growth. With the weather warming up, it's a great time to start something new, whether that's picking up a new hobby, setting new goals, or making lifestyle changes. The changing season naturally invites change in our personal lives as well. May is a perfect time to embrace new beginnings, whether it's learning a new skill, taking on a new challenge at work, or simply adopting a healthier routine. May provides the perfect backdrop for starting fresh. Many people find that the vibrant energy of the season can inspire them to make positive changes in their lives, and the long days and beautiful weather give us more opportunities to take action. So, as we step into May, let's carry both remembrance and renewal with us. As we're talking about Memorial Day, my brother in America also served in the Marines. So that is the day when we, have a little family get together, a little barbecue outside, and just thank him for his sacrifices and his service being in the military. And today, as it is May 1st and Labor Day is celebrated throughout the world, there are some people who are taking the day off today just to recharge. And although it was used a long time ago for workers' rights and advocating for that, now it's just a day for us to relax and just have some time off before the weekend. May has so many different festivals and celebrations that are happening also. So I hope that wherever you are in the world listening to Midday Mate today, that you have a wonderful celebration in May. So again, whether you're honoring a loved one on Memorial Day, joining a local festival, or simply taking time to just enjoy the sunshine and vitamin D, this month offers something meaningful for everyone. It's a reminder that even as we look back, there's beauty in moving forward. And that growth often begins in the quiet moments between the seasons. So, as we just talked about, May is also the beginning of renewal and change. So if you have something that you would like to change in your lifestyle also, take a leap for it. And it's quite funny how we're talking about this today because last night when I was with a friend eating dinner, he said that he's going to start a diet. Well, he said that he was supposed to start in March, but he couldn't. But he said starting today, May 1st, that he was going to. So why don't you also take a challenge and challenge yourself? Set a new goal for the month of May and let me know what your answer is for question of the day later on. And with that, that was our list for Listomania. May, a moment when the past breathes through the bloom of spring. So I hope you're having a good start to your month of May. And now let's take a song break. Here is Snacks and Wine by Wim.
I wanna fly till my feet don't touch the ground. You get me high. Life's so much better when you're around. Come on, let's ride. I know a place we could go downtown just for the night. I will let you down. hypnotized. A bark like a dog and a shakes like a hand. Give me a sign, then I can show you what it's all about. Come on, let's fight together. With you, I'll be whatever you want. I'm ready to give my all. Tell me, baby, if you feel like spending some time, I'll bring some snacks and some wine. For you, girl, you live in a perfect world. Ooh, I give you my all. Baby, my love's never getting cold. Ooh, I give you my all. It's you and I forever. Take my heart, it's now or never. I think I'm falling in love. I'm really, really in love with you. I'll be whatever you want. I'm ready to give my all. Tell me, baby, if you feel like spending some time, I'll bring some snacks and some wine. For you, girl, you live in a perfect world. Girl, we live in a perfect world.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Snacks and Wine by Wim. And I'm your host, Kimberly. And you're listening to Midday Mate. And now, our question of the day and text topic, it is, what's a new challenge you'd like to take on this May? 5월에 가장 하고 싶은 새로운 도전은 무엇인가요? And I have an answer here from Benny님. Benny님 shared with us that his birthday is coming up on May 20th. And so his new challenge is for his birthday because last year on his birthday, he only had chicken, but hopefully he'll have something else for his birthday this year. Thank you, Benny Nim. And we have lots of people coming into our YouTube live stream. Hello, Benny, Juliet Nim, 곤드레 팝님, Drift Monkey Nim, 만학도 영어 님, and lots of others coming in. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a good Thursday and May 1st so far. And I have here that Juliet Nim also got a haircut yesterday, so she's feeling really, really happy and good today. And hello, hello, Clean and Clean Nim. Welcome to Midday Mate. So everyone, think about it. It's the month of May, the 1st of May, and maybe you don't have a new goal for the month, but I challenge you to make a new goal and share with me what that is for today's question of the day. So, again, what's a new challenge you'd like to take on this May? Go ahead and send in your answers, text in pound 9050 or shop 9050, and it'll only cost you 101. Or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with our Thursday segment. And now it's time for our new Thursday segment of Back to the News. Every week, we take a journey through time, revisiting headlines that once made waves and quietly shaped the way that we live today. And we have Claire in the studio. Hello, hello.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
How are you doing today?
I'm all right, doing okay.
Doing okay?
Yes.
Before we start with today's topic, I wanted to ask you our question of the day, if that's okay. And it is, what's a new challenge that you like to take on for this month of May?
Challenge.
Do you have one? A new goal?
It came up to my mind because I'm moving soon, so I'm
Oh.
like realize how much I stock up again.
You're just hoarding a lot of different
A lot of
things.
You know, all these simple, like little things.
Ah.
Not a huge things, because I stopped myself from doing that. But these little things, still I have a habit of like stacking them up. So I'm just like, my goal is use them all up until I buy a new one.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good to use all those samples up, not to have those little things hanging around.
Yeah, and expired or
Right. You know, I just had another lotion the other day that I looked at. It was like expired 2023. I was like, why do I still have this in my...
exactly. I might have still, but I still haven't found it. Maybe I might have one.
So maybe a little bit of spring cleaning for the month of May.
It's a both of them, like new goals. We use all of them up, and then spring cleaning, is on top of
organizing
that.
everything.
Yes, organizing.
Very nice. You know, I'm actually moving soon too. So
Oh, really?
I need to do a little dusting here and there also.
Yes.
So
Good luck with that.
yes, we have to encourage each other.
Good luck myself too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for today, back to the news. What are we going to be talking about?
Yeah, and today we're revisiting two major shifts that have completely transformed our everyday lives: the rise of food delivery apps, which changed how we eat, and the emergence of unmanned convenience stores, which changed how we shop.
That is so true. Two things that feel totally normal now, but just about 10 years ago, a decade ago, they were still new and even experimental.
Exactly. These changes didn't happen overnight. They evolved gradually, shaped by technology, economic shifts, lifestyle changes, and even the way we think about convenience and time.
It's a great reminder that even small innovations can ripple outward and have that effect, right? And that change entire cities, economies, and how we connect with each other.
Absolutely. So today we're not just looking back, we're looking at how those changes are still echoing around us.
So nice. Let's dive right on in. Starting with how food delivery apps quietly took over our dining tables and kitchens and saved me from having to cook all the time.
It is. Let's head back to the early 2010s. So in the early 2010s, ordering food was, let's just say, a much messier process. You'd keep a drawer stuffed with paper menus, maybe taped to your fridge, you know, those thousands of magnets.
Yes.
Crumpled at the bottom of your junk drawer.
Oh my goodness. Now that you said that, I do remember when I first moved to Korea, I think it was 2013 or 12.
Oh, right.
And I remember I was trying to get like a bowl of jjajangmyeon because, you know, it just moved there.
You need to have the stickers all
Yeah, you have to have like their little flyer, and then they're often right in front of your door. So I just opened my door and said, "Oh yes," and I ordered it
Oh,
from
you
there.
didn't chuck it, luckily.
It was just there, and I ordered my jjajangmyeon there.
Yeah.
So you know, the menu also might have been out of date, or maybe they moved, maybe they closed. Who knows?
Yes.
The menu could have
The price.
changed. Yes, and then you have to like call the restaurants yourself. There is no app yet.
No,
Put
yeah.
in that phone number, call them, and say, "I would like a bowl of jjajangmyeon, please."
Yes. And my juice and, you know.
Yes. Tell them where it is, and they're like, "Oh, where is it? Where is it?"
Okay, what was it? Like,
Yeah. Repeat it like 100,000 times. But yes, you would have to hopefully hope that the prices hasn't changed, the restaurant was still there, or that they delivered to your area.
Yeah. After all that, they'll say, "Oh, we don't deliver there."
That's not our jurisdiction.
Oh, you have to call this store. And then I'm like, okay.
So yes. So ordering process was very, what would you say? Messy.
Exactly. And the ordering process itself was chaotic. Calling during the dinner rush, shouting over kitchen noise, hoping they got your address right.
Yes, and then scrambling for cash when they come. Because most places back then didn't take the card yet.
No, not at all. No mobile payment, no tracking your food, just a lot of cross fingers and long waits.
Yes. After 40 minutes, where's my jjajangmyeon?
And then you call them, "Oh, they went. Oh, almost ready. Just
Another
wait."
15, 20 minutes pass by. But yes, it seems funny now, but it was totally normal back then.
It really was. But with the rise of smartphones, things started to shift. Food delivery apps emerged, and they didn't just update the system, they reinvented it.
Right. Suddenly you could see updated menus, pay digitally, track your driver live,
I remember first time I tracked my driver, I was like, wow, I can see where they are.
They stopped. It must be a red light. Oh, they're taking a right turn now.
Yeah, and then I can tell their car or bike and walk. Yeah.
Yes, it felt like magic.
A 2015 digital economy report found that mobile food ordering had jumped 60% in just 2 years. And once people experienced that convenience, there was no going back.
Right. It also opened the doors for smaller restaurants, correct?
Definitely, without big marketing budgets, tiny family-run restaurants could still reach thousands of new customers through apps. It leveled the playing field in ways we hadn't seen before.
Yes, we were able to order from mom and pop shops instead of always getting like the brand or franchise food.
Yeah.
And culturally, it started changing how we think about our meals.
Exactly. Eating out used to be a special occasion, but when food delivery became so easy, it blurred the lines between eating in, eating out, and ordering in. Dinner at home didn't have to mean cooking anymore.
Yes. I also remember when apps started suggesting trending restaurants nearby. It wasn't just about getting dinner. It became about discovery. What's around our neighborhood?
My home. Absolutely. Apps curated food experiences. Suddenly, you could find hidden gem bakeries, spicy tteokbokki shop, two neighbors who over vegan burger joints you never knew existed.
And then, bam, the pandemic hit and changed everything again.
Yes, in early 2020, food delivery went from being a luxury to an absolute necessity. An April 2020 article reported a 90% spike in delivery app usage during the first few months of lockdowns.
You know what? I'm actually surprised that it's only 90%. I would have been at least 200% of an increase that doubled from before to now.
Yeah. I actually was in the lockdowns, so that was like lifesaver. Everything was delivered.
Yes. People who had never used apps before suddenly depended on them for groceries, for meals, and even for birthday cakes.
Restaurants adapted to even high-end places started offering gourmet meals to go, complete with instructions on how to plate at home.
It was survival and creativity at its finest.
But along with them, boom came new challenges. Delivery workers faced long hours, bad weather, tight schedules, and relatively low pay.
Right. It's always so heartbreaking. I know, because it's raining, I want to order food, right?
I know.
But I'm but then they're going to get wet and they're just wearing a jacket. But I don't want to get wet. So I just order delivery.
One or the other.
Right. And also, they're always running. So when we're waiting for our food, I'm why is it taking so long? But it's not like they're just having a jolly walk. They're always on the go.
So far, I always take the fastest way, and then just drop and they just rush off.
Yes. They got to go to the next delivery. So then it made a lot of people start thinking about the hidden labor behind that convenience that we always had.
Definitely. Plus, environmental concerns skyrocketed. 2022 Environmental Research Institute study showed a 45% rise in food delivery packaging waste in major cities.
So although we gained a lot of convenience as ourselves, but at a cost we're still trying to address right now.
Yeah, exactly. Efforts like reusable container programs, biodegradable packaging, and fairer commission models are all part of the next stage.
Meanwhile, tech innovation hasn't slowed down either.
Companies are testing AI that predicts what you'll want to eat before you even open the app. Drone deliveries are being piloted in rural areas. Robot-run ghost kitchens are expanding rapidly.
Wow, that's really, for me, to think about drone delivery and robots making my food, that still feels really new to me. But again, 10 years later, I'm sure what? People actually made my food back then? Why wasn't it robots this whole time?
Exactly. I would be like that.
It's thrilling and a little bit overwhelming, I think, to imagine where it's all headed.
It is, because while technology races forward, we have to keep asking, how do we balance convenience with fairness, sustainability, and human connection?
Right. And that's a lot of change already, and we're only getting started.
Exactly. Speaking of change, after a quick music break, we'll jump into another quiet revolution, shopping without cashes, clerks, or even human interaction.
So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back with back to the news after the song. Here is Nature by Leanne.
Ooh, baby, I want all of it. Turn me on with your confidence. Cocoa butter skin sparkling. You don't want no argument. Give you the keys to my apartment. Hung on you like an ornament. Good love got me hollering. Stood tall, now I'm falling. My mama said that loving could be blinding, but I know my baby only moving on my timing. Boy, I'm really loving all the pressure you're applying. You know when you come around, I go be smiling. I am seeing rhythm. Sweet talk made me wanna sit down. Your love's one in a million. Don't care about nobody else or beyond. No, darling, I come wherever you are. Love how you move, it's in your nature. Where it is for you, I'm never too far. Love how you move, it's in your nature. In your nature, it's in your nature. In your nature. Yeah. Got me tripping, I'm stumbling up out of mine. When you all on me, making it hard to decline. Give it all to my baby, he always on time. Wanna be a gallivant upon your body tonight. Sun kissing, we look good in the light. Wanna be a gallivant upon your body tonight. Sun kissing, we look good in the light. Oh yeah, mama said that loving could be blinding, but I know my baby only moving on my timing. Boy, I'm really loving all the pressure you're applying. You know when you come around, I go be smiling. I am seeing rhythm. Sweet talk made me wanna sit down. Your love's one in a million. Don't care about nobody else or beyond. No, darling, I come wherever you are. Love how you move, it's in your nature. Where it is for you, I'm never too far. Love how you move, it's in your nature. Darling, I come wherever you are. Love how you move, it's in your nature. Where it is for you, I'm never too far. Love how you move, it's in your nature. In your nature, it's in your nature. In your nature. In your nature, it's in your nature. In your nature.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Nature by Leanne, and you're listening to Midday Mate. And right now, we're in the middle of our segment of Back to the News with Claire, where we talk about old headlines, new perspectives, and a light and breezy trip through the news of the past. So today, we're talking about food delivery apps and how it's made a big change in our lives. And now we're going to move into something a little bit about unmanned convenience stores. But before we start, I have a few messages here. Benny Neem saying food delivery apps is also very common in my country too, which Benny Neem lives in the Philippines. And we were talking about drone deliveries earlier also, and 곤드레 밤님 says 드론이 배달하다가 내 머리 짜장면을 쏟으면 엄청 화날 것 같아요. I would be too. But you know, I think the drone delivery though is really on point. Like I think I saw that there was like an experiment about it in Hangang River in Seoul also. And also somewhere around here, not in Busan I think, but when you go hiking, you can do the drone delivery and they'll bring you food when you're at the top. And it's just crazy. Like technology is going over everything.
Wow.
But let's move on to unmanned convenience stores like 무인 shop.
Yes. So let's shift gears and talk about another transformation that's been reshaping daily life, unmanned convenience stores. Around 2021, unmanned convenience stores began appearing across South Korea. A 2021 동아일보 article described them as the next step in automated urban living, a natural evolution in a society already used to high-speed, high-convenience lifestyles.
Yes, and it sounds futuristic even now. So imagine walking into a store, picking up what you need, and just walking out.
Right? It felt surreal at first. Shelves quietly restocking themselves, self-scanning kiosks, facial recognition at checkout, and absolutely no human staff unless you trigger the help button.
So there is still someone there if you can call on them, I'm assuming?
I think there's always a phone number there. Call this number if you have any problem or some places like do not call, just text.
Actually, in my neighborhood, I went to like a study cafe and it was also Muin there.
Yeah.
And I had to call them because it wasn't taking my payment. And they're like, oh, just try again. And then they're like, we're watching you from CCTV. I was like, eh?
Oh, yeah, I think they are. Because I locked myself out once. And then I called them and, you have to wait like 10 minutes. But
So
there's still human around.
There's kind of.
Kind of.
So at first, I imagine it felt thrilling, but also a little weird. Like you're sneaking around someone else's store.
Exactly. People describe it as exciting, but also strange, lonely. 2022 Busan Daily survey found that while 62% of customers loved the speed and independence, nearly 48% admitted missing the simple things, like a cashier saying, have a nice day, or helping with a tricky barcode scan.
Right. Because we often lose that human interaction there, right?
Human
Because
touch
there is no human there
at all.
We're just kind of like living quietly to ourselves now. Scan, okay, just go.
Get my things, scan, pay, and go.
Without talking to anyone. So we do kind of lose that human touch. But it's amazing how these tiny interactions really actually matter to our lives.
Absolutely. Human warmth, even brief, is something automation can't replicate. Still, despite mixed feelings, unmanned stores exploded in popularity. By 2023, there were over 3,500 across the country, especially clustered near apartment complexes, university campuses, and corporate districts.
Yeah, because when there is a cluster of people, of course, that's what's going to generate the profit and have business there. So it seemed like the perfect fit for a busy lifestyle.
Exactly. For customers, it meant no waiting in line, no feeling rushed, and 24/7 access. For store owners, it meant lower labor costs, more flexible operating hours, and even fewer thefts, since many unmanned stores use facial recognition entry systems.
But with new technology comes new concerns, though, right?
For sure. 2023 Herald Business Report warned that while facial recognition and AI tracking offer convenience, they also open doors to massive personal data collection, sometimes without customers even realizing it.
So not just what you buy, but how you walk through the store, what you look at, how long you linger.
Exactly. It raised big questions about where that data goes, how it's used, and who benefits.
And of course, there's the job side of it too, right?
Absolutely. Traditional cashier roles declined, but interestingly, new jobs emerged. AI maintenance technicians, remote security staff, as you experienced, data analysis for consumer behavior in retail spaces.
So I feel like it wasn't just a pure job loss, but a job shift. However, I feel like when I was younger in America, all the cashiers I would see, there are a lot of like part-time workers, like 16-year-olds getting their
Usually.
first job. And, they can make their own money and do things like that. But with these new jobs that are made, it's more for the specialty. Yeah.
Professionals.
The professionals. AI maintenance technician. I can't do that when I'm 16, looking for a part-time job, just trying to scan some barcodes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of raised the level of the job skill.
True. Right, but it does require different skills, as you mentioned, more tech-savvy, more specialized training, which can leave some workers behind if there's no support.
Yeah, it's a reminder that every innovation carries a ripple effect, as you said earlier, too.
Definitely, and unmanned services didn't stop at convenience stores.
Right, and there are even unmanned gyms now.
Yes, unmanned gyms where you check in with an app, unlock doors with facial recognition, and track your workouts through sensors. No front desk staff required.
Yes, so the gym that I don't want to say that I go to. The gym that I paid for but didn't go to. The The gym that, I signed up for 6 months but never went. At that place too, it was facial recognition.
Oh, yeah, my gym too.
Oh,
Yes.
so then they have when you're going through the amusement park and there's a rolling thing. So you have to pass by that, but it has the facial recognition first. So the gym workers, they were always by the front desk, but now they were more so doing PT with other customers instead.
They're in their office.
Yeah.
Often. Not in the a reception kind of thing. It's disappeared, actually.
So it's really weird. So when we think about that, it's like, it's facial recognition. Yes, convenient, but what are they doing with my picture?
Yeah, I never thought about it, actually. Because I
Yes.
don't really do social network. I don't really like to put my face on the things, but yeah, I didn't realize.
It's probably already out
Still
there
already.
because of these facial recognition
no
things.
matter how many times I think stop myself upload things, but maybe it's already out there.
Oh, maybe. But also, we talked about the unmanned study cafes, right?
Exactly. Quiet reservation-only spaces where you enter with a QR code, study alone, and leave, all without a word spoken.
Wow. So I feel like we're all going to lose a little bit of that social skill of talking to people.
I think I'm losing it already.
Me too. It's like automation is expanding in every corner of our daily life.
It really is. There are even unmanned beauty stores now. AI scans your skins, recommends products, lets you try virtual makeup, and checks you out automatically.
I have never heard of those yet.
Me neither.
But that sounds very interesting. I want to go to one. That is very high tech and honestly probably a dream for many introverts out there.
True. But it also leads to what researchers are calling digital loneliness. A 2024 Seoul National University study pointed out that without small daily human interactions, like friendly cashiers or gym trainers, our sense of community quietly weakens.
Yes, it's subtle, but it'll definitely build over time.
Exactly. Little moments of kindness and connection that we used to take for granted are quietly disappearing.
So then how are cities responding to this then?
Some cities like Seoul and Busan are piloting human interaction zones. In these areas, a certain percentage of business must retain staffed operations, even if automation is available.
It's like slow shopping, keeping that human touch alive in a high-speed world.
Exactly. It's not about rejecting technology. It's about making sure technology serves people, not the other way around.
Right, and making space for real smiles, real conversations, even in a future full of sensors and screens.
Absolutely. And some forward-thinking stores are already blending the two, having human staff during peak hours, switching to unmanned operations at late at night when food traffic is low.
That's kind of basically the best of both worlds there.
Exactly. It's a future that's not just about convenience, but about choice, balance, and preserving what matters.
Yes. We do have a message here from Jif Monkey Neem saying, ha ha ha, we couldn't have self-serve stores in New Zealand. Many people would ... abuse them. That is also another thing here too. In Korea also with the unmanned and muin stores.
The crime is rising.
There is theft happening. Even when I went to a stationery store, children are going in there.
children's.
But then, or the ice cream shop, they have the picture of the CCTV saying they blurred the face, but they're these children taking things without paying for
I
them.
know you, who you are. Blah, blah, blah.
So I know who you are, so don't do it again kind of thing. But I guess that is, the other downside of having
yes.
this. Well, everyone, that was our segment for Back to the News today. So, yes.
From paper menus to AI-powered stores, innovation always starts quietly but ends up reshaping how we live, work, and connect.
Yes, so the next time you grab a snack from an unmanned store, tap your phone or maybe order dinner, remember, you're part of a story that's still unfolding.
Stay curious, stay thoughtful, and keep looking for ways to build a future that keeps people at the heart of progress.
Well, Claire, thank you so much for today's Back to the News segment. I learned a lot about delivery and unmanned stores. And I'm excited to see what you bring for us next week.
My pleasure. See you next week, everyone.
Bye. Everyone, that is the end of our first hour, and I'll be back at 1 p.m. after the song. Here is True by Ryan Cabrera.
you along with me. You might think I don't look, but deep inside the corner of my mind, I'm attached to you. I'm weak, it's true, 'cause I'm afraid to know the answer. Do you want me to? 'Cause my heart keeps falling faster. I've waited all my life to cross this line, to the only thing that's true. So I will not hide, it's time to try anything to be with you. All my life I've waited, this is true. You don't know what you do every time you walk into the room. I'm afraid to move. I'm weak, it's true. I'm just scared to know the ending. Do you see me too? Do you even know you met me? I've waited all my life to cross this line, to the only thing that's true. So I will not hide, it's time to try anything to be with you. All my life I've waited, this is true. I know when I go, I'll be on my way to you. The way that's true. I've waited all my life to cross this line, to the only thing that's true. So I will not hide, it's time to try anything to be with you. All my life I've waited, this is true. I've got no time to kill, 'cause it's now or never. 'Cause the way I feel, it won't last forever. When you're at that point in life, it just has to be tonight. It's a long, long road, but I'll always come back to you. I don't know which way to turn, but I feel it's the right thing to do. There's so much for me to learn, but I'll always come back to you. Have your thoughts turned bad? Are you in a prison? There's no turning back. There's no indecision. You were always there for me. Now it's your turn to be free. It's a long way from home, but I'll always come back to you. I don't know which way to turn, but I feel it's the right thing to do.
I've never been the best at honesty. I've made more mistakes than I can even count. But things are gonna be so different now. You make me wanna turn it all around. I think of all the games that I have played, the unsuspecting people that I've hurt, and deep inside I know I don't deserve another chance to finally make it work. But I'll try to never disappoint you. I'll try until I get it right. I've always been so reckless all of my life, but I'll try for you. I've been the best at letting people down. I've never been the kind of person you could trust. But if you give me half a chance, I'll show how much I can fix myself for you. And I'll try to never disappoint you. I'll try until I get it right. I've always been so reckless all of my life, but I'll try. This time I won't make up excuses. I don't wanna lose you. Don't give up on me, and I'll prove it. I can do that. I'll try to never disappoint you. I'll try until I get it right. I've always been so reckless all of my life, but I'll try for you. I'll try for you. I'll try for you. I've always been so reckless all of my life, but I'll try for you.
And welcome back, everyone. You just heard Try by Simple Plan. This is a song about the struggles of trying to meet expectations and the pressure of not feeling good enough. The lyrics express the frustration of trying to live up to other standards and the feeling of being misunderstood, while also encouraging perseverance and self-acceptance. The song conveys a message of resilience despite challenges and the emotional impact of trying to please others. Hello, everyone. We are live in the studio on this Thursday afternoon in Busan. Welcome to Midday Mate. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm your host, Kimberly. It is now 1:04 in the afternoon, and it is the start of hour number 2. So we're going to start with today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. Following that, we'll have bite-sized banter, a daily dose of lighthearted chatter on a new topic every day with Andrew. And following that, we'll have Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And our last segment for today will be Living Like a Local. New culture? No problem. We've got tips to help you live like a true local here in Korea. And I don't have any answers to my question of the day and text topic. So if you're listening on YouTube live stream right now, please go ahead and share your thoughts. What's a new challenge you'd like to take on this May? 5월에 가장 하고 싶은 새로운 도전은 무엇인가요? So tell me what you want to tackle for the month of May and finish. Send in your answers by texting in pound 9050 or shop 9050 and it'll only cost you 101, or reach us through Kakao Talk. Search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Add us and send in your messages for free. And we also do have our smartphone app. Search the same thing again, BEFM or 부산영어방송 in any of your app stores. You can listen to our programs and leave us comments after logging in. And now I'll be right back with today's quote after the song. Here is Optimist by Crash Adams.
It's sunny here in the valley, but it's pouring rain in your dreams. Maybe there's something in the water making them feel out of reach. When you're way down and it's dark out and it feels like no one's there with you, you're wrong. 'Cause I've been here all alone. And when the roof caves in and you're stuck in the moment, but the world keeps spinning around, I'll be with you for all of it. I'd rather be an optimist. And if you lose your hope, I know the feeling when the world keeps calling you out. I never let you fall for it. I'd rather be an optimist. You don't have to rush to get there. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you stand up tall, you can break the walls that you built up around yourself. If you're way down and it's dark out and it feels like no one's there with you, you're wrong. 'Cause I've been here all alone. And when the roof caves in and you're stuck in the moment, but the world keeps spinning around, I'll be with you for all of it. I'd rather be an optimist. And if you lose your hope, I know the feeling when the world keeps calling you out. I never let you fall for it. I'd rather be an optimist. I'd rather be a glass half full type of guy. I'd rather have the good days stuck on my mind. I'll be with you for all of us. I'd rather be an optimist. I'd rather be a glass half full type of guy. I'd rather have the good days stuck on my mind. I'll be with you for all of it. I'd rather be an optimist.
And that was Optimist by Crash Adams. And now it's time for today's quote. A moment to pause during your busy day and reflect on a thought-provoking quote to soothe your mind. And our quote for this day of May 1st, it is, "The toughest challenges make the sweetest victories." The toughest challenges make the sweetest victories. 가장 힘든 도전은 가장 달콤한 승리를 만듭니다. Now, when we think of challenges, we often think of the big stuff. Maybe it's a career change, going back to school, or navigating a personal hardship. But the truth is, challenges come in all shapes and sizes. Some are big, others small, but they all test us in ways that are meant to help us grow. Tough. Maybe you didn't think you could do it, but once you got through it, the sense of pride and accomplishment was almost overwhelming. That's the essence of what makes victory so sweet. It's the struggle that makes the success meaningful, and without it, success can sometimes feel empty. So you know when people say, if you don't work hard at it, it's not as good at the end, but because you worked hard at it, it is that satisfying at the end? That's what we're talking about here. So consider this. When we face a challenge, we are forced to dig deep into ourselves. We find strength we didn't even know that we had. We learn new skills, push our limits, and ultimately discover more about who we are and what we are capable of. That's why when we finally reach the finish line, it's not just about achieving the goal, it's about the journey that took us there. And, it's not just about grand success stories either. Sometimes the toughest challenges come in our everyday lives, like learning to balance work and family, facing health issues, or simply navigating through periods of uncertainty. It's easy to forget that these are victories too, because we go through the hard daily life, we often forget, that was also a little daily struggle or challenge that we had, but in the end, we overcame it. They may not come with a trophy or a grand applause from an audience, but they come with growth. Every small victory is a testament to your strength, resilience, and ability to keep going, even when it may feel a little impossible. So, what can we learn from this? When you're up against something tough, whether it's a work deadline, a personal goal, or a larger life challenge, remember that it's not just about the outcome or the end result. It's about what you're learning along the way, the grit that you're building, the courage to keep going, and the strength to rise after each fall. That's what makes the victory so much sweeter when you finally achieve it. So this quote really speaks to me. I remember a time when I was preparing for a big opportunity, something I really wanted. But honestly, I felt really unprepared for it. There were moments that I doubted myself, moments I thought about walking away even. But pushing through that fear, showing up every day, and finally seeing it through made the reward feel 10 times more meaningful. It wasn't just about reaching the goal, it was knowing that I earned it step by step through every challenge. And that's what makes the victory so much sweeter, like today's quote. I think we all have those types of stories, even if we don't always pause to recognize them. And maybe today, this quote can serve as that reminder for you. Whatever tough thing you're facing right now, there's sweetness on the other side. So hang in there, keep going, and your victory, whether it be big or small, will be all the more beautiful because the strength it took to get there. And again, today's quote is, "The toughest challenges make the sweetest victories." The toughest challenges make the sweetest victories. 가장 힘든 도전은 가장 달콤한 승리를 만듭니다. And that was today's quote. And let's take a song break. Here is Let's Go Party by 21.
On y va faire la fête, 아소비니까 punta terza fiesta. 이 파티 가자. Let's go party. Let's go party. Work that body. 아름다운 이 밤이 너와 나를 부를 때. Let's go party. Work that body. 네가 너무 그리운 오늘 같은 날엔 오늘은 girlfriend들과 처음 club 가는 날. 여덟 번째 옷을 입고 여러 번 머리 빗고 거울만 보고 working 가슴을 열어 너의 맘을 보여봐 지금 당장 show me a 아무 말도 하지 마 이미 준비된 이별이 우릴 반기겠지 한 그대의 가슴 속 깊이 남아 Tonight, 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 let's go party, work everybody. 이 밤이 너와 나를 부를 때, let's go party, work everybody. 네가 너무 그리워 너네 같은 날엔 Now let your body work it, work, 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 work it. 두 팔을 벌려 나를 감싸 안아봐 이 순간 날 잡아봐 Work it, work, 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 work it. 가슴을 열어 너의 맘을 보여봐 지금 당장 show me a sign.
And it's time for bite-sized banter
Banter.
with Andrew.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not bad for this Thursday.
For this Thursday, oh my.
Yeah.
May 1st.
May 1st. Yeah. I like, seriously, where is the time going?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, I don't think we've had terrible weather yet this year. I mean, obviously, there was points where we wish we had a little more rain to help out with some things that were going on around the country. But I don't know if it's like, just that it's been decent. So, like, the time's been flying by.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm excited.
enough of that banter. Let's get to today's banter.
Wait. Before we move
Oh.
on, do you know that one meme with Justin Timberlake?
Yeah, it's gonna be May.
Yeah, because it's May today.
I sent the, like, a few weeks ago. There's one of my cousins. She's like my best friend at home, and I was like, in a few weeks, it's gonna be, and then it goes ... and then she's like, you gotta give this up.
I love it.
But she loves it too. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Well, with that, as we segue into May, what is our question?
All right, so this one here is going to maybe go back to your childhood, or it could be today. I mean, people get these all the time for reasons they enjoy, reasons they don't enjoy, and maybe some of these people would just rather forget. This is like a little bit of a riddle. I didn't realize it was bite-sized riddles.
Dr. Seuss over here.
Yeah. So my question for you and for our listeners today is, what's one of your nicknames and how did you get it? Now, we can go any which way we want with this. Just any nicknames you had, or a funny nickname, one you're embarrassed by. Maybe not those, but yeah. So if you want to let them know in Korean, and then we'll get back to it.
All right, so today's question is, everyone, 별명 하나는 무엇이고 어떻게 갖게 되었나요? So, long time ago, wow, 5+ months ago, Nick and I had this question.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
But
so that's a long time ago?
yes, but I'm sure we have new mates here that are listening in. So
Well, and I'm a new mate.
that's true
There you
also.
go.
So I'm just going to say my same answer.
Okay.
You know, a few weeks ago, or a few bite-sized banter segments ago,
Yes.
we talked about how my nickname was Killer Bee.
Yes.
So I'm not going to mention that again because I don't want people calling me that.
I like it.
No! It makes me sound vicious and dangerous.
If you were someone who played like a sport, like I think that would be awesome.
Oh, watch out for Killer Bee.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, thank you for turning that bad memory into a good one.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I'd want that.
Well, what is one of the nicknames that you had in the past?
Well,
Or present?
for most listeners, I'm sure you know my family name. My surname is Murphy. And anybody who has this name, you automatically get another name. Like your nickname just is always Murph. Like it doesn't matter where you go in the world. If you meet someone with their family name Murphy, it's going to be Murph.
Murph.
So, I mean, that would probably be one that because like my dad gets that, my brother gets it, my sister gets it, like it's kind of, across the board, But for me, my brother played a very high level of hockey, like growing up his whole life. And I was the rink rat. Like I was always around the rink. I also played, but I'm not saying there was preferential treatment for him, but maybe my parents saw the talent in him more than me. But we would go to tournaments and, I was always around the rink with other kids and stuff. But his teammates would always call me Smurf. So like Little Murph, right? So I always got Smurf. And there's still a few friends today. Like when I went home last summer, I was out on like a wing night, saw some guys who I hadn't seen in, we're going 15 years maybe.
Wow.
Maybe close to that. But we recognize each other and guy, what's going on, Smurf? And then my wife, who's there, who obviously knows people call me Murph,
right,
was like, what was that? And I explained, and actually my sister is with us too. And she goes, yeah, because you are Little Murph right now. I'm here. And I was like, hey, get out of here. So that would be one.
Very cute.
Yeah.
So did they call your dad like Papa Smurf or Papa Murph?
No. No, just maybe someone might have called him Papa Murph, but just he just gets from all our friends is just Rick.
Rick.
Yeah, just first
Is that his
name.
first name?
Yeah.
Oh.
Richard, but he always gets Rick.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, besides Murph, do you have another one that you wanted to share?
Do you want to go with yours first, and I'll come back with mine?
So
I love this, putting some pressure on her.
okay, so this is what I mentioned before with Nick is that since my name
Killer.
no, not Killer Bee. So since my name is Kimberly,
Yeah.
and there was a famous street fighter named Kimbo Slice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's what people would just call me. They would say, hey, Kimbo, yo, Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, okay.
But I resemble nothing of him.
No, and that's sometimes just the way it is.
Yes. So people would call me Kimbo Slice, Kimbo, or just Slice. And that's just what I had to live with. That was in my 20s.
Do you know, there used to be, and I'm not sure if PD Nim ever met this guy, but I think he would have been here at this time. There used to be a guy who used to work at the radio station, and his name was Kim. Do you remember him, PD Nim? Maybe not. He did the news. He was, I forget Kim's family name. Anyway, but his handle on Facebook and whatnot was Kimbo.
Ah.
It's kind of funny.
So yes, Kimbo. Yes, people who don't know who Kimbo is, just don't look it up. It's okay. You're better without it.
Great haircut.
And a beard.
Yeah. I don't know. Other nicknames I would have, I'm probably going to say, I get from some of my friends, I don't know how this came about from my soccer friends, but it was Murph, but then dog put on the end. Murph dog.
Murph dog.
But I think that it goes along with my voice, maybe. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's some names that my wife calls me that, man, she's angry. Uh-oh. But those are not really nicknames. It's maybe
name calling.
Get the beep, 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 beep. No. But I don't know. There was one of my brother's friends. There used to be a comedian. Oh, I mean, he's still a comedian now. Mm-hmm. A comedian called Andrew Dice Clay. Do you know who Andrew Dice Clay is?
No, I do not.
And he was the Dice Man. But he was he's a guy who would say a joke. He'd be like, da-da-da-da, whoa, but that New York accent.
Uh-huh.
And really, I don't know. It was not we couldn't play his stuff on the radio, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. So there was one of my brother's friends who also played hockey with. He would always call me Dice. And and I didn't know why for the longest time, and he never told me. Mm-hmm. And he never told my brother. I don't think my brother ever asked. He's just clueless. Uh-huh. Didn't care. He's like, call my brother whatever you want. I don't care, right? And he's like, hey, Dice, come on. I need your help. Hey, Dice, get over here. And later he's like, you have no idea why I call you Dice. And I'm like, man, I have no clue. He's like, Andrew Dice Clay, boo. And I'm like, don't know who that is, man. And then so then, I'm at this time, there's no internet. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, how do I find out who Andrew Dice Clay is?
The Yellow Pages.
Yeah, so it's then it was watching Entertainment Tonight or something like that. And there was something on there. Or there was at Blockbuster Video. Like there was stand-up hour specials, and I went in and there was one of him. And then I think I got mom to rent it, and definitely she should not have. It was very, let's just say 19 plus.
Oh.
The language.
So then he just called you Dice because that person's name was Andrew?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was it. But it was good. I liked that name. It was all right. It was different.
Yeah. It sounds pretty cool. Sounds like a gambler's name.
Yeah, okay, maybe. Gambling with my life over here.
Another one that I've had, but this is just a silly one because I have nothing else to think about. Because you already know Killer Bee, you already know Kimbo. My students would call me Princess Teacher.
Okay.
I don't know how or when it started, but they would just call me Princess Teacher. And then I remember I got in trouble by the principal because he was like, "Are you making the children call you princess?" And I was like, "No, I'm not making them call me princess at all." And they're like, "If their moms find out that they're calling you princess, it's not going to look good." I was like, "I didn't do it. I promise."
Their moms aren't going to care. Yeah, I mean, there was also one of my first jobs in Korea. They were like young students. It was like a kindergarten class. And they asked me, because I was they were getting English names. They're like, "What's your Korean name?" And I said, "I don't have a Korean name." They're like, "Well, what's your name in Korean? Like, write it on the board." And so it was like, Moppi and Ru, right? And they're like, that doesn't work. So they instead of changing it to Andy, which a lot of my students call me Andy, just because it's easier, but they took my family name, Murphy, and in that class, there was probably like 10 students, and like 4 or 5 of them were Kang. So they were just like, "Your new name, Kang Muppi." So if anyone ever asks me what's my Korean name, I just refer back to those 5-year-old kids who gave me Kang Muppi. And they're just like, "Why is that your Korean name?" I'm like, go ask those 5-year-olds. They were the smart ones.
They just wanted to have the same cool last name as you.
Yeah, they were just like, but the other kids were like, Lee Park. And then they're like, the 4 or 5 Kongs were like, Kang. It was like, they just like, Lord of the Flies, like, "We will win."
Oh, well, Kangmopi,
Yeah, there you go.
Dice,
Okay.
so many different ones. And Murph Dog.
Murph is easiest. That's
I
it,
like
yeah.
that.
All right.
Well, listeners, what is one of the nicknames that you've had and how did you get it? So go ahead and tell us the story behind that nickname to let us know. And Murph Dog, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, Killer Kimbo. See you next time.
Bye. And welcome back. That was our segment for Bite-Sized Banter with Andrew, Murph Dog. And again, the topic was, what's one of the nicknames that you've had and how did you get it? And I have a message here from Benny saying, my nicknames are Ben or Benny. And how did I get it? There's a cartoon or Benny the Bull, or there's also a former NASCAR driver, Benny Parsons. And Benedict is his real name, actually. So Benny's full name is Benedict, but it is short for Benny. Good. And we have another message here from Po님 saying, 어릴 때 까부는 걸 좋아해서 집에서 까불까불이라 불렸어요. Playful kid. 까불까불. I can just imagine little 까불까불 Po님 running around the house and just, breaking things. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you didn't break things. And I have another message here from Juliet Neem saying, I got my nickname Juliet. I have a special memory that my math teacher gave me in high school. He said that my hairstyle is like Juliet's hairstyle, but now I don't really look like her anymore. I see. So your math teacher kind of had a little, influence on how you got your name Juliet. Very nice. And yes, Kimbol. 대박. Yes, I was called Killer Bee, Kimbo Slice, and Princess Teacher. All very different names. There's no commonality between the nicknames that I've had. But hopefully you had fun with that. It's just a fun little banter with Murph Dog and I, and hopefully you're able to enjoy it. And now let's take a song break. Here is High and Dry by Radiohead.
patient, you'll be the one who cannot talk. All your insides fall to pieces. You just sit there wishing you could still make love. They're the ones who hate you when you think you got the world all so stacked. They're the ones who spit at you. You will be the one screaming out. Don't leave me. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me. Don't leave me dry. It's the best thing that you ever had. The best thing that you ever had. It's the best thing that you ever had. The best thing you've had has gone away. So don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me Don't leave me dry.
And that was High and Dry by Radiohead. And now it's time for Don't Make a Scene, where we learn real-life English expressions through movies and drama scenes. And this week, we are going to listen to a scene from the movie Rush Hour 2. So on Monday, we learned about the expression, I'm busy at the moment. I'm busy at the moment. It means I'm doing something right now and I don't want to be disturbed. It's a polite but firm way to delay or, dismiss someone. And on Tuesday, we learned about the phrase, get on your feet. Get on your feet. This literally means just stand up, but the tone and context can change everything. In more positive moments, it can also be a bit motivational and kind of like an encouragement. Get on your feet. And yesterday, we learned about the expression, don't let fool you. Don't let fool you. This means don't be misled by what you see. It's a way of revealing a hidden strength, seriousness, or ability that might not be obvious at the first glance. And today, we're going to be learning about the expression, I must excuse myself. I must excuse myself. But first, about Rush Hour 2, it's about a buddy cop action comedy that brings together the sharp, disciplined Inspector Lee, who is played by Jackie Chan, and the loud, unpredictable Detective Carter, who is played by Chris Tucker. While the movie is packed with hilarious one-liners and wild fight scenes, it also shows how villains like Ricky Tan use calm words and smooth manners to mask their dangerous plans. The tension between fake politeness and real threat is a recurring theme, and this moment is a perfect example here. So, in this scene of the movie that we're talking about, they're at a little, massage spa shop. After Carter storms into a spa to confront Ricky Tan, things get a little heated quickly because of his, personality. And Carter throws Ricky's laptop across the room, and Lee joins him to officially request Ricky to come into the police station for some questioning. But instead of reacting with anger or fear, Ricky calmly says later on, I must excuse myself, Inspector. I must excuse myself, Inspector. It sounds polite, but also a little too polite. Considering the tension in the room, moments later, his men surround Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, and they are ready for a fight. So this phrase is just kind of like a cover, a calm before the storm. So, I must excuse myself is a formal and respectful way of saying I need to leave right now. I need to leave now. And that is the literal meaning. I must excuse myself. And this is used, commonly in professional, social, and other formal situations. It can sound a little old-fashioned or very proper, especially something compared to like, hey, I gotta go. You can always say, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna bounce, I gotta leave. But here they're saying, I must excuse myself. It sounds a little bit posh. So why do people use this? To leave without offending anyone. They don't want to say anything rude. Maybe someone else is talking and maybe they're in the middle of dinner and you're saying, I must excuse myself. Or maybe to exit a conversation, meeting, or event with some class with your pinkies up. Or to politely get out of a situation in itself, whether it's sincere or not. You're just trying to leave. I must excuse myself. But here's a twist on how our character and our villain says it here. Ricky doesn't use this phrase because he's trying to be respectful, right? 2 police officers or detectives just came to him asking him to go to the police station for questioning. But he's saying, I must excuse myself. I'm sorry. So he uses it to hide his real plan here, to ambush Lee and Carter. It's a way to control the scene while still seeming calm and collected. So, Juliet-님 says, 이제 그만 가봐야겠어요. 실례하겠습니다. Yes, that is correct. 실례하겠습니다. But, we don't always use 실례하겠습니다 to like everybody, right? We just say, 저 가야 돼요. 저 갈게요. But here, this is a little bit more of a formal way of saying it. So, examples in daily life. At a formal dinner, you can say, sorry, excuse me. I must excuse myself. I need to take a call. So when you're out with your friends and you get a phone call, you're like, hey, I must excuse myself. I must take this phone call. You're like, hey, someone's calling me. I'm going to take this phone call. I'll be right back. But you see how it's kind of different here. Or at a meeting. I must excuse myself for a moment. I'll be right back. Or in a polite rejection. You can say, I must excuse myself from attending this event, but I wish you the best. So say that you're supposed to go somewhere and you're like, I don't think I really have time to go to that. And you can just say, I'm sorry, I have to excuse myself from the event. But yes, in Rush Hour 2, Ricky Tan's calm language shows us that words can be weapons too, not just some fists or guns. I must excuse myself sounds proper and polished, but behind it, for this scene, it's a bit twisted and for danger. In life, we sometimes use formal words to avoid conflict, right? To hide true emotions or to exit with dignity. Just remember, being polite doesn't always mean being honest. And again, today's expression was, I must excuse myself. And you know what? Again, Julia-님 said it perfectly. 이제 그만 가봐야겠어요. 실례하겠습니다. And everyone, if you would, I must excuse myself because we're going to have a song break. Here is Boulevard by Dan Bird.
I don't know why you said goodbye. Just let me know you didn't go forever, my love. Please tell me why you make me cry. I beg you please, I'm on my knees if that's what you want me to do. Never knew that it would go so far. When you left me on that boulevard, back to me and we will be happy together. Never knew that it would go so far when you left me on that boulevard. Come again, you would release my pain, and we could be lovers again. Maybe today I'll make you stay a little while just for a smile and love together. For I will show you a place I know in Tokyo where we could be happy forever. Never knew that it would go so far when you left me on that boulevard. Come again, you would release my pain, and we could be lovers again. Never knew that it would go so far when you left me on that boulevard. Come again, you would release my pain, and we could be lovers again.
And welcome back, everyone. You just listened to Boulevard by Dan Bird. And now it's time for our segment, Living Like a Local, where new culture, no problem. We've got tips to help you to live like a local. And today we're going to be talking about a few May holidays that we have here in Korea and how it is different in America. First up, next week, we have Children's Day. And then following that, later on, we will have Parents' Day. But in America, we have Mother's Day and Father's Day separately without any Children's Day. So we're going to be talking about how families are celebrated here in Korea compared to the US. And you might notice some, familiar holidays, but also a few that are completely new if you're coming from another country. So first, let's talk about what we celebrate here in Korea. May is often called the month of family, and two important days stand out, as just mentioned. Children's Day is on May 5th of next week, a national holiday where kids are celebrated with gifts, trips to the amusement parks, and family outings. Schools are closed, and many businesses let parents take the day off to, spend some time with their children. And we also have Parents' Day coming up May 8th also of next week. That's exactly 1 week later from today. Instead of having a separate Mother's Day and a Father's Day, Korea celebrates both parents at the same time. Children often give carnations, handwritten letters, or small gifts to show some appreciation. Some workplaces or schools also hold ceremonies, and it's seen as a very emotional and respectful occasion. So these holidays reflect Korea's strong emphasis on the family bonds and, which is deeply rooted in the Confucian tradition, right? So we have to respect our elders and also that they are showing love to the young children also. However, let's talk contrast in what is celebrated in America. In the US, we have Mother's Day on the second Sunday in May, which is also coming up. But then Father's Day is on the third Sunday in June. So it's totally separate and in a totally different month. So these are not national holidays. Schools and businesses stay open. You can't skip a day of school. You can't skip a day of work. We still gotta go. So people typically celebrate with cards or just flowers, like chocolate gifts, or just having a family meal together. But it's more of a personal or family level event rather than a nationwide celebration. And also, like I said earlier, there's no official Children's Day in the US, although some communities might host local events. Again, it's not something that most families plan for or recognize formally. So, for me, Children's Day, which will be mentioned later on, but I never experienced a Children's Day where, I was the main character. I never had going out to the amusement park with my parents for Children's Day. I didn't get a present for Children's Day. I didn't get to not go to school for Children's Day because growing up in America, it wasn't really a thing. It wasn't until when I came to Korea where I was able to enjoy Children's Day. But really for me, working in the English teaching business, Children's Day was just a day for the hagwon to close, and it was another day off for me. And instead, it was just me relaxing at home. But hopefully later on, we will be able to celebrate Children's Day one day in the future. And if my nephews were ever to come to Korea also, I think it would be a great time to take them to the amusement park, although it may be a little bit crowded. So, in Korea, family appreciation days are more structured and nationally recognized, making them a big part of our culture. It's a lovely way to see how people value relationships here, and family relationships, in fact. And it might inspire you to start new traditions of your own. So if you're here in Korea and you've celebrated Children's Day, I hope you have a good holiday on Monday. But again, if you're outside of the country and you're listening in to Midday Mate today, you'll learn something new that we celebrate Children's Day. And maybe you can start your own tradition wherever you are listening from. And now, we have to almost end the show, but our question of the day, again, is what's a new challenge that you'd like to take on this May? 5월에 가장 하고 싶은 새로운 도전은 무엇인가요? And I did finally get a few answers, so thank you so much, everyone. I have a message here from Drift Monkey Name saying, I want to try mega saving for my upcoming trip, but my online shopping habits stop me. It'll be tough, but I'm sure I can do it. So here, with Drift Monkey Name, he mentioned earlier in our chat on YouTube live stream that he's going to be coming to Korea and having a little tour around all the different places here. So he needs to save up his money. So hopefully, Drift Monkey Name, I'm hoping that you stop spending your money on online shopping and save so you can have more delicious food here in Korea and go to other great accommodations here during your visit. Also, Juliet Neem says, I would like to drink less coffee. Since I'm a coffee person, I need to lessen it. I hope 3 cups of coffee to maybe 1 or 2 cups of coffee for this May. And that's also very good because, coffee, although it may be delicious, it has a lot of caffeine. And Juliet named 3 cups is quite a lot. And Benny Neem saying, reduce time to eat a lot at night still. Yes, we need to stop snacking at night and stop eating the yashik because we need our sleep instead. So everyone, thank you for all of your answers. It is time to wrap up the show. I've been your host, Kimberly. And here is our last song, Georgie Porgy by Eric Bennett featuring Faith Evans. Thank you for listening. Have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Your situation, I just need contemplation over you. I'm not so systematic, it's just that I'm an addict for your love. The only one that holds you, I never ever should have told you you're my only girl. Never should have told you. I'm the only one that holds you. No, I never ever should have told you you're my only world. Just think how long I've known you. It's wrong for me to own you. Lock and key. Lock and key. It's really not confusing. I'm just a young illusion. Can't you see it? Well, the only one that holds you. No, no. I should have told you you're my only girl. Never should have told me. I'm the only one that holds you. Yeah, yeah. I should have told you you're my only world. No, no, no. Oh yeah. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls. Make them cry, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls. Why you wanna kiss the girls, yeah. Oh, kiss the girls. It's not your situation. I just need contemplation over you. Yes, I do. I'm not so systematic. It's just that I'm an addict for your love, baby. The only one that holds you. No, I never should have told you you're my own.